American English, American English. Teach and learn American English.
Welcome to Teaching Tips from American English. In part 1 of this teaching tip topic, Melanie Brooks will examine the significance of open educational resources, some examples of OER, and where to find quality OER for your English language classroom. Welcome, Melanie.
Greetings, my name is Melanie Brooks, and today I want to talk to you about using free and open educational resources to impact learning locally and globally. Let's get started. Today I'll show you what open educational resources are, they're also called OER, and also where you can find high quality OER for your English language classroom. Do you ever wish you could make 1,000,000 copies of some resource for your students without worrying about copyright? Well, I'm going to show you some ways that you can do this with open educational resources. Let's get started with a short description of open educational resources, as I said, also known as OER. Because the idea of open educational resources is fairly new, we are still wrestling with the exact definition for it. For our purposes today, we will define OER as any type of resource, digital or otherwise, any resource that can potentially be used for learning, a resource for which copyright is either in the public domain or under an open license, such as Creative Commons, and lastly, the resource must be free. Some examples of open educational resources include course materials, course modules, entire courses, videos, tests, software, online tools, materials, and techniques. In the OER model, creators of materials have licensed their work under an open license, so all materials are totally free. In addition, depending on the license type, you may be able to alter, translate, or build upon the works to fit your educational context. This includes the ability to translate books into local languages and adapt to contextual needs for free. So the only cost incurred would be in printing. Lastly, there are multiple distribution channels. Most open resources can be distributed in print, through mobile devices, or online, so schools and parents without sophisticated technology or high-speed internet can still use them. Because of the distinct advantages of the OER model, I believe that open educational resources really can begin to equalize education for all. Let's explore some resources that you can use in your classroom. There are a number of online open educational resources that are in the form of textbooks or materials that you can either download as is or modify to fit your needs. Let's talk about where you can find a few of them. The first website I want to talk about is called College Open Textbooks. An open textbook is an integrated course-associated learning tool that is in the public domain or has been open licensed, as I touched upon previously. This website lists open textbook by subject and includes peer reviews of each text. The Merlot collection consists of tens of thousands of discipline-specific learning materials and learning exercises together with associated comments and bookmark collections. All of these items have been contributed by the Merlot members community who have either authored the materials themselves or who have discovered the materials, found them useful, and wish to share their enthusiasm for the materials with others in the teaching and learning community. Another is MIT OpenCourseWare. OCW is a web-based publication of virtually all MIT course content. It includes EFL-specific resources such as full courses, including video lectures and all materials. Some examples of courses they offer include listening, speaking, and pronunciation for high intermediate EFL students, expository writing for EFL students, and advanced speaking and critical listening. We all know about TED Talks and how amazing they are, but do you know about TED Ed? TED Ed originals are short, award-winning animated videos about various topics. These original animated videos come paired with questions and resources, and they make up what are referred to as TED Ed lessons. Lastly, OER Commons is a dynamic digital library and network of open educational resources. There are specific resources for EFL teachers. The OER Commons includes lots of other resources besides books. You can download a course, a unit, a class activity, and much, much more. Although I have listed a few of my favorite resources, there are many, many more that we just don't have time to go over today. So I'd like to give you this tool to find your own OER. The Creative Commons Search is an online tool which allows you to search for music, images, video, media, and the web in general for items that are licensed under the Creative Commons. As you can see from the image, you can enter a topic as your query and then choose which site or media type you want to look for. Summing up, my hope is that today you have gotten an introduction to what open educational resources are, why they are important in education today, and a few places you might be able to begin exploring these resources for your classroom. Please be sure to check out part 2 of this series, which focuses on making your own open educational resources to share with others. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
To check out other great teaching tip videos, be sure to subscribe to our American English YouTube channel. You can find resources for teachers on the American English website by clicking on the link listed here. And if you haven't already, be sure to like us on the American English for Educators Facebook page.